right, so get this. Today we're diving into something pretty interesting. It's how our phones might be messing with dancers, like you.
Yeah.
We're looking at this research called The Hidden Impact of Cell Phones on Dancers. More than just a distraction. And honestly, some of it's kind of wild.
Yeah, it's easy to just think of our phones like tools, right?
Yeah.
But they're always needing our attention and even like taking up our brain power, which is pretty important when it comes to dance.
For sure. And that's actually where this whole cognitive fatigue thing comes in that the article talks about. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Because it turns out that just having your phone, like even if it's off, even just having it near you can drain your brain power.
Wow.
Like they did this study at UT, the University of Texas, and they found that even if you just think you might get a notification, like it pulls your focus away from what you're doing.
It's like, your brain's always on edge.
Right.
Just waiting for that, like, ping or something. Even when you're trying to focus on something else. And for dancers, I mean, you need, like, laser focus to remember all those moves and get the steps right. So, like, having your attention split can be a big problem.
Totally. So it's not even about getting distracted while you're dancing. It's like our brains are tired before we even get to the studio.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like trying to run a marathon after, like, staying up all night.
Totally. And have you ever noticed, like, how your phone just pulls you in, even when you aren't really using it?
Ugh.
Like,
Yeah.
you just feel like you have to check for messages or scroll through,
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started. My phone, like, has a tractor beam or something.
Well, this article in The Observer says that's not too far off.
Okay.
They talk about how smartphones are literally designed to, like, grab your attention.
Yeah.
Like, all the notifications and bright colors, the scrolling and scrolling, it's all made to keep us hooked.
Yeah. I guess that's okay if you're, like, just, killing time. Yeah. But when you think about it for dance, like, we have to be totally focused on how we're moving our timing. If we have a partner, like, even a tiny, tiny distraction can mess everything up.
And that's where things get really interesting. This article goes into this whole performance fatigue thing, and it's not just, being tired physically.
Okay, yeah. So break that down for me. What exactly is performance fatigue? Is it like when you're sore after a long rehearsal?
It's more about, it's more like mental and emotional exhaustion.
Oh, okay.
There was this study in Frontiers in Psychology, and they found that using your phone too much it can actually drain your energy.
Really?
It's like your brain is running a marathon just trying to keep up with everything.
So wait, so like scrolling on TikTok before class
Yep.
could actually make me worse at dancing. That's crazy.
Think of it this way. Your brain needs time to, like, recharge.
Right.
Just like your muscles need a break after a workout. If you're constantly on your phone, taking in all that information and stimulation, you're never really letting your brain rest. And then when you finally get to the studio, you're already exhausted.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's not just our brains. This article also talks about how using our phones affects our bodies too, especially our posture. Like tech neck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always hunched over.
Right.
Like sometimes I catch myself in the mirror and I'm like, whoa, who is that?
It's not just about how it looks, though. When you're always looking down at your phone, it makes the muscles in your chest tight and the muscles in your upper back weak, and that's what gives you those rounded shoulders and that head-forward posture.
And I'm guessing that's not so good for dancers.
Not at all. Think about it, like all the important things in dance, your alignment, balance, flexibility, technique, just messes all that up. You can't move your neck and shoulders as well, so it's harder to, like, keep your body in the right position and do those moves right.
Yeah, it's like trying to, like, do a turn with a bowling ball stuck to your chin or something.
Exactly. And it's not just about looking good either. Bad posture can actually make you get hurt more easily. When your muscles aren't balanced, it puts more stress on your joints, and then you're more likely to get strains or sprains or even worse problems later on.
Oh, wow. So our phones are, like, turning us into, like, slouching dancers who get hurt all the time. Not really the look I'm going for. But this article doesn't just, like, leave us with all this bad news, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be something we can do about it.
Right. The good news is that just knowing about this stuff is, like, the first step. Once you get how your phone habits are messing with your dancing, you can start changing some little things that can actually make a big difference.
Okay, I'm ready. Give me all the tips.
So the first thing they say is to make a phone-free zone when you're practicing. It sounds easy, but it really works.
So, like, no phones allowed in the studio. I could do that.
Yeah. When your phone's not there, you won't be tempted to, like, sneak a peek or answer a text. It's about having a space where you can just focus on dancing and not think about all that digital stuff.
Yeah, I feel like just like deciding to do that would change how I think about practice. Instead of like scrolling on my phone during breaks, I could, actually stretch or something.
And speaking of stretching, that's actually the next tip. They say it's super important to, like, balance screen time with stretching.
So trade in those TikTok videos for some like hamstring stretches. Sounds good to me.
Those little breaks you get between exercises are the perfect time to, fix that tech neck and make yourself more flexible overall. It's about using those little breaks to, like, help your body.
And let's be real, stretching is way better for my dancing than watching cat videos, even though those are super cute.
Yeah, they are cute.
Yeah.
But remember, it's all about balance. And speaking of balance, the last tip is about having a tech curfew before you practice.
Ooh, what's that? Tell me more.
They say you should put your phone away at least like 30 minutes before you start dancing.
Oh, okay. So like a digital detox to get my brain ready for dance mode.
Exactly. It lets your mind, like, unwind from all that stuff on your phone and just be more focused and in the moment when you practice.
So no more scrolling through Instagram while I'm warming up.
Think of it as giving your brain a chance to, like, take a deep breath. When you get to the studio feeling refreshed and focused, you'll be surprised how much more you can learn and just get out of your practice.
Yeah, this all makes so much sense. It's crazy how we don't even realize how much our phones are affecting all the physical stuff we do.
It just shows how connected everything in our lives is, you know? The digital stuff and the physical stuff all mixed together in ways we don't always see.
And sometimes, like, separating those things can make a huge difference. So to recap, we've got phone-free zones, stretching breaks, and tech curfews. Sounds easy, but powerful.
And the best part is, you can use these ideas for way more than just dance. Think about anything in your life where you need to focus, be healthy, and have a clear mind. These strategies can help with all of that.
Yeah, it's like we have this whole new plan for getting better at dance and just like life in general.
And you're already a step ahead just by knowing about this stuff. You know, a lot of people walk around feeling drained and distracted, and they don't even realize their phone's a big part of the problem.
That's so true.
Yeah.
It's funny. I used to think being connected all the time was a good thing.
Yeah.
Like if I wasn't like available 24/7, I was missing something.
Right.
But this whole conversation has really made me rethink that.
Yeah, it's easy to feel that way, especially since everyone's always telling us to be on all the time. But sometimes the best thing you can do is, like, disconnect for a bit, even if it's just for a little while.
Totally. And I bet even small changes can make a big difference, Like what if just putting my phone away before practice not only helped my dancing, but also made me feel more present in other parts of my life?
That's the cool thing about these strategies. It's not just about, dancing better. It's about getting your attention and energy back and just feeling better overall.
It's almost like we've been giving our phones all our power without realizing it.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is we can take that power back. It's about, like, choosing how and when we use technology.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listener to take away from all of this?
Here's something to think about. How could being more mindful about using your smartphone not only change your dancing, but also help you be more focused and creative and energetic in other parts of your life?
That's a great question to end on. It really makes you think about the bigger picture and what's possible when we control our attention and make choices about how we use technology.
Because really, our time and energy are the most important things we have. And how we choose to spend them will, like, determine how good our lives are in the studio and outside of it.
So true. Well, that's our deep dive into the surprising ways phones can impact dancers. We hope this was helpful and maybe even gave you some new ideas.
Remember, even small changes can lead to big results. So try those phone-free zones and tech curfews and see what happens.
And most importantly, keep dancing, keep learning, and keep pushing yourselves to be your best, both in the studio and in everything you do. Until next time, happy dancing.